Thank you for tuning into WHMS Radio. This is the Working Hour. I'm Mike.
And I'm Shane, and on this week's episode, we are going to be doing an album review for Twins Fantasy Face to Face by Car Seat Headrest, released February 16th of 2018. The genre is indie rock, lo-fi, and alternative rock. With a runtime of 71 minutes, 16 seconds. Yeah, I feel like that is probably the longest album we've reviewed.
Yeah, I think so too.
Recorded from 2016 to 2017 with the label Matador and produced by lead singer Will Toledo. The singles include Beach Life in Death, Nervous Young Inhumans, Cute Thing, and My Boy, parentheses, Twin Fantasy. The album received positive critical reception. On Metacritic, the album received a 87 out of 100, with no real outliers to be found, at least in my general research that I do. Like, nothing really stood out as being like, oh, wow, that's really low. Everyone was around an 8. A little background behind this album. Twin Fantasy began as a solo album recorded by Car Seat Headrest lead singer, songwriter, Will Toledo, and released as a pay what you want download via Bandcamp.
Was this for the 2011 version, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Via Bandcamp on November 2nd, 2011. While Toledo was attending the College of William and Mary, in an interview with City Beat, Toledo explained that due to his lack of resources, Twin Fantasy was unable to achieve the expansiveness he originally wanted, adding that it just never seemed like the book was closed on it. When he first met with independent label Matador Records in 2015, before signing, Toledo expressed his intentions to re-record the album in full following the release of the compilation album Teens of Style and studio album Teens of Denial from 2016. And Teens of Style was 2015. But that is all I have for the background. Do you have anything to add?
I was just gonna add on, like, I did listen to some of the 2011, and when I would get on Reddit and look for anything, like just talking about songs, a lot of people would bring up the two versions because I'm assuming if you were a fan of theirs, you probably listened to 2011 and you didn't get a recording of it till 2018, so that would be quite a gap. So I thought that was kind of neat. I don't think there's a lot of albums that you really have like a re-record.
No.
I mean, you have remastered, but that's
Sure,
not them getting back into the studio and redoing it all.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's a neat little thing. I mean, it's a nice little concept. And like I didn't know the full background story, but just explaining it, Toledo didn't really think it really hit like it should have, and he redid it and had the resources and stuff. I like it. So I kind of almost wish I would have known the 2011 version just to see the differences.
Didn't listen to any of it?
I listened to. I don't think I did because you texted me and were like, "Hey,
Whoa,
just to let you know,"
whoa,
which I'm
stop
glad you
right
did.
there.
But I was listening to the 2018 version, but because we were talking about it before the show, some of the runtimes I have were quite a bit off, and they might still be because I meant to go through and fix them before we did this, but I did not. So you might have to correct me on a few of them because I might be off, just because I probably pulled the timestamps from the 2011 version. So.
Sure.
But yeah, that's all I have. Lead us into track 1, man. Take it away.
One more thing to add. It is funny listening to this like before we ever got around to actually doing like a proper review of this. I just remember thinking like, oh yeah, it's the 2018 album. Like it's later on than Teens of Denial, which is really the only thing I knew by them like previously. And this definitely, to me anyways, I kind of like was like, yeah, I could see this being like, the logical next step for them as a band and their sound and everything. Which is funny, just given the fact that it is in fact a re-recording of previous work. But I digress. Going into track number 1, we have My Boy, parentheses, Twin Fantasy. It's a single. Coming in at 2 minutes and 56 seconds, the song opens with an ambient noise and what sounds like some like brief like shuffling around, which is appropriate given like what happens later on in the album towards the end. There's a drum beat and drumsticks hitting. They come in, followed by some very low key like bass vocals around 20 seconds. My boy, we don't see each other much. My boy, we don't see each other much. It'll take some time, but somewhere down the line, we won't be alone. The guitar kind of starts to come in quietly, growing louder, the drums picking up the pace. The lyrics repeat with a little bit more agency. After they conclude, there is a little break with ambient sound. Bass and drums from the beginning kind of start to come back in at 128, and then the music really picks up at 137. More drumming and guitar. Then at 144, the lyrics repeat again with yelled vocals and some backing vocalizations. Um, the like, I like that. I don't know. I really like Will Toledo's like vocals on this album. There's also a little bit of guitar shredding going on under the layers of vocals and the in the instruments. I like the ba 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 ba. But see, I should have listened to this like right
Yeah,
before.
I almost thought like, man, I need to like start wearing like one earbud and just like play the song so I can
Pick up on
mimic the actual pitch and the sound. Because a
yeah.
lot of it's delivery. You're like, man, if the song was
If I
playing,
just had it, I could do.
if there was a little bit of karaoke music backing me here, I'd nail this.
The drums they thump, the guitar squeals, and the song ends with some like quiet drumming for just a few moments. I give this a 7.7 out of 10.
All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought this was like looking up what we're up against. This is a pretty short track. Um, I I kind of thought it was a nice slow intro. It comes in very softly with the "My Boy" and "My Boy, we don't see each other much." No, I like that, and it's a very nice delivery. That eventually it kind of goes to a higher pitch than back to the normal sound, and then kind of like you were saying, it gets quite louder. At like 136, I think is where you get like the full band sound that's kind of unveiled. This being track one. I did like this as an intro track. I didn't really know what to think of it, but even like just the chorus of it and the vibe of it, I do like it. And Will Toledo's voice definitely grew on me. I think I was only really used to like two of their songs, maybe not. I think really, "Drunk Drivers, Killer Whales" is like the only song I know by them. Uh, Before I listened to this album, so this was a nice little intro track. It wasn't nothing to knock my socks off, but it really like I found it kind of convincing, and it piqued my interest. Definitely had me a little bit more curious. My score is maybe a little bit on the low side, but I just gave this a flat 7.
Okay.
Definitely kind of grew on me a little bit more. I feel like some of my scores here probably going to be lower, but this isn't like I didn't dislike this album. I want to get that out of the way early. It's just something that's not really on my radar 100%.
I hear you. I hear you. I get that.
So yeah, flat 7 on that. With that being said, we're going to move on to track number 2, "Beach Life in Death." I have this at 3 minutes 18 seconds. I thought it was just a little funny thing, especially because we just did a shot. It's kind of refreshing because there's like a beverage drinking sound. Yeah, on the beginning. Um, I thought the guitar was nice around 30 seconds. It picks up like the overall tempo of the track, which is quite different than track 1. Which there's quite a bit of variety here, which I find pretty cool because this band it's only 4 guys, right? I don't. Did you list all the
Damn, I
members?
didn't. I didn't even list
Dude,
the members.
yeah, we're slacking these days because I
Fuck.
think I did the same thing for Rush.
Okay.
I didn't mention any of the band, but it is just 4 dudes, right? 4 hombres.
Something like that.
Yeah, I think so. You pulling it up?
I'm looking.
But so they changed their sound with just not a lot of variety of instruments. I mean, there's a few, but like, what did we did Supertramp last week, and we had a lot of different instruments on that, with honestly about the same amount of guys. And they switched their sound up, but I like Car Seat Headrest just for the variety. It's nice.
Yeah, 4 members.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, it's very simple. Just guitars.
Yeah.
Guitars,
Guitars,
bass, lead,
vocals,
piano, keyboard, and yeah, vocals. So simple but good. There's a quite change, like a sudden change. I don't want to say sudden. And no, it is. I guess I have it here as abruptly around 1 minute and 22, and vocals kind of go away for a while. and then around the 2 minute mark, the vocals come back. The music's a little different sounding, but still has like a full band sound. For me, like the 250 to 420 ish, I'm gonna use that ish loosely, is a high point with the vocals kind of dragged out and the music is kind of upbeat, but not like a poppy upbeat, more of like just a rock quick tempo, I guess is what I'm trying to say there. Vocals kind of turn into a louder sound with like screaming at times. Um, Song changes quite a bit musically, like through on and out. I think we kind of talked about that earlier. You were like, yeah, it's a long one, but it's got a lot of variety to it, and it certainly does. Uh, Around the 5 minute mark, tempo slowed back down, and the vocal delivery really slows down. And it gets kind of what I described as intimate in a way, just because of the delivery. Reminds me a little bit similar of something on track one, just with the way it's delivered. This seems like and I think there's one other track that we'll get into that I really thought would be cool to see live, just because I feel like there's a lot going on, and the music changes a lot, and there's just parts of it where I'm like, man, if you just had like a group of, a big audience and you're all just vibing this, I think it would be really nice. I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but this song we were talking about it before the show. A 13-minute song is hard to really, for me, I know you're going to do a good job with it, but for me, it's like, it's a lot to sink your teeth into.
Oh no, it definitely was.
But around the 9 minute mark, there's a nice transition from heavy to soft. Then the song kind of fades out. Around 9:32, I thought it was over, but it comes right back with like kind of like a wailing guitar and the vocal verse. Which I pulled a couple vocal verses here. Last night I dreamed he was trying to kill you. I woke up and I was trying to kill you, which I thought was just a wild lyric.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the song kind of kept a heavy energy vibe for the remainder of the track. We get the looping verse, the ocean washed over your grave, the ocean washed open your grave. Overall, I didn't find a whole lot in the song. It was another one where it was like parts of it that I did like.
But there's nothing consistent. You can
Yeah, I think
really
that's what it is. It
keep a
just
hold
throws
of.
me off. I'm just like, I don't have the attention span for it. But I'd find myself listening to it. I think I was just overthinking it kind of, and I would just get lost in it. But trying to just like digest it, and this is this and this is that. It was a lot. Um, but it is an impressive song, along with the whole album. I think it's nice. Parts of this song, like I said, were great. But just kind of found it to be a little too long with nothing that really grabbed me. I'm hesitant to give my score because I feel like it's not, like I said, it's something I can get into and I can vibe to. It's just a lot for me to break down. I gave this a 6.2.
Okay. So I got, yeah, the song does open with what sounds like a soda being opened and a little drink being taken.
You don't think it was a beer?
Last night I thought about it, like, yeah, it could have been a beer. I don't know. Probably he was in college, so. But yeah, fucking opens, a little slurp. He's last. Last night I drove to the bins and I thought of you, and I really do like how quick
Oh,
it
it
is in the
goes. Yeah,
beginning.
it reminds me almost something punk.
Yeah,
It's
a
like
little bit.
100 miles an hour
Yeah.
right after that drink.
Last night I drove to Harper's Ferry and I thought about you. There were signs on the road that warned me of stop signs. The speed limit kept decreasing by 10 as we entered a town about halfway there. The guitar sounds distant, washed out, going along with the lyrics. It sounds like it's really building up. Then at the 27-second mark, additional guitars and rapid cymbal tapping come in, and it adds to the rising feeling. 50 seconds in, um, a little back and forth between Will and himself. Um, what should I do? Eat breakfast. What should I do? Eat lunch. What should I do? Eat dinner. What should I do? Go to bed. At 1:14, there's a change up musically. Little bass makes its entrance, and then at 1:38, another musical change up. The drums and guitar sound like really chaotic. I really like it. At 2:13, Will Toledo's vocals go back and forth. One more in the background, and yelling on the other. And his or sorry, back and forth. One more in the background and yelling, and the other is his more just like traditional, normal singing voice. And his singing voice kind of reminds me a little bit of Julian Casablancas from The Strokes. Um, I spent a week in Ocean City and came back to find you were gone. I spent a week in Illinois and came back to find you were still gone. Back to singing vocals, more high energy from Will, because it's not the sadness that hurts you, it's the brain's reaction against it.
I like that.
Yeah.
That was nice. I was like, God, that's a nut. I was literally at work today, and I was like writing that down, like looking at the lyrics. I was like, that's deep.
Mm-hmm.
That's a true, honest statement. I like that.
I feel like there's a lot of that on this album.
Yeah, no, it is. It's got some depth to it.
Like that's kind of what I meant whenever I was like, kind of hope he's okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I don't know, there's like,
when you're that, when you're that young,
sure,
I mean, you got a lot of emotions.
You got all the hormones and shit running around. I do like at 401. I don't want to go insane. Like that's really good. He also like says something about like he doesn't want to have like schizophrenia. At 424, solid little instrumental with a change up to a very guitar focused stretch at 541. Song slows and quiets down a lot. Last night I dreamed he was trying to kill you. I woke up and I was trying to kill you. 613, we said we hated humans. There's kind of like a fake out energy pickup at 643 before immediately going right back to being quiet. Get more groceries, get more eaten.
That's my Kroger song.
Right. Gonna have to get more picky with my notes, or this song is gonna take up a whole page, which it ended up doing. At 824, this is my brother. Like I really like it does. Song jumps back and forth from loud and high energy to more quiet and slow.
That's kind of like a theme throughout. Like you see
Yeah.
that, and especially with these long songs, it's easy to make that transition.
Yeah, absolutely. At 10:22, the instrumentation overtake the vocals and maintain like a really high energy until the end of the song, and then repeat the line, "The ocean washed over your grave. The ocean washed open your grave."
I like that in a couple of the songs.
Mm-hmm. And at the very end, there is some like digital distortion on the vocals, kind of high and then low. Song is, I mean, it's a long song and it goes a lot of different places. I can see why this isn't like the easiest song to like really get into, just because it's like, what exactly are you? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, if you look at the lyrics for some of these, I mean, there's 2 songs on here that are really long and I'm pulling, maybe 3, but yeah, you look at the lyrics, it's like scroll,
Keep going.
scroll.
Keep scrolling.
And if you get one of them crappy lyric pages where it's like
the
ads,
yeah.
it's like
yeah,
this ain't doing it.
Nightmare. But yeah, it goes to a lot of different places. This is certainly not a radio friendly song, but I feel
it's a single though.
Yeah, which is
I wondered
weird.
how that worked. There had to be a radio edit.
Yeah, I don't know.
If did they play it on the radio? Probably not.
I couldn't tell you.
See, when I think single, that's what I think is like this
Radio.
is for the radio. This is for the masses.
Yeah, there had to have been some sort of an edit.
You would think, right?
But I don't know. Just the song as is, without any sort of edit, not really radio friendly. But I do feel like fans of the band will really enjoy the track.
Oh yeah, there was some stuff I've seen on Reddit, and just the discussion was this is the best song on the album.
Yeah.
Maybe not this song in particular, but there was a lot of people that really. There's plenty of material to read on the internet about this.
I gave this an 8 out of 10.
Nice.
On to track number 3. Haha. Stop Smoking, in parentheses, We Love You. Coming in at 1 minute and 29 seconds. Song is like the antithesis to the last song. It is short and it doesn't change up at all. Simple acoustic guitar and repeated vocals. Stop smoking. We love you. Stop smoking.
I was totally vaping today in the truck listening to this, and I was like, and I was coughing too, and I was like,
put this shit out.
Well, no, I was just hitting the vape, like not even.
Oh, I know.
Not burning, but still, I'm just like.
Yeah. Fuck. And we don't want you to die.
We
don't want you to die. Don't want you to die. That's all I have. I gave this a 6.6 out of 10.
Bro, we're about spot on. I like this though. It's something I can get behind. It's not a bad message, but yeah, it is. It's very repetitive. I chuckle though because like I was kind of saying, I was literally on break today hitting the vape and I got a little choked up while this was playing, and it's just like,
well, shit.
it's like a Dare commercial in a song on the album.
Yeah, and I mean, also, even though there's not much to be said about this song, I do like that it still feels like it maintains relevance later on in the song, like
You mean in the album or in the song?
or in the album.
Yeah, in the album for
like
sure.
the next song.
Yeah, there's a callback.
Very next song, and then again, like High to Death, and I feel like it is also brought up again later on in the album.
I feel like there's
I
a
will
lot
have
of,
in my notes.
I missed a lot of the connecting the dots here, but
yeah, I had to go back and be like, wait, I didn't take notes on this one, but
there was honestly one point where I was doing my notes and I was like, wait a minute, did I write the lyrics wrong for a song? Like,
is that on a different track?
Yeah, I thought I was like in left field, but it's like, no, you're good.
You're where you need to be.
You got this. But yeah, I'm with where you're at. It's very short. I don't have a lot. Comedy wise, I have a lot for it. For some reason, I just picture like not Will Toledo, not Car Seat Headrest, just like an auditorium of first graders singing this at like an AA thing or something, and it's just a
Sing
commercial.
The shit to my mom as a 10-year-old.
Exactly, exactly. My mom smoked cigarettes too, and yeah, I'm not crazy about it. I respect it on the album. It fits in, like you said. It comes in, plays a role later. I've been boosting quite a few of my scores just because I feel like I didn't give them justice. But I'm gonna leave this one right where it's at a 6.5 because I feel like I'm right there with you, brother.
Okay.
And that's gonna move us on to track number 4, "Sober to Death," coming in at 5 minutes and 3 seconds.
Best song on the album.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you let in with that because I will get to that. I really like the intro melody on this one. The lyrics come in around 18 seconds, give or take. The overall sound changes, and the intro melody is kind of easily forgotten about. Like, which I'm like, oh, don't take it from me. This is like the first thing I've got to really cling to.
The melody with the guitar.
Yes.
It does come back though.
Yeah, no, it does, but it goes away for a second. I like the verse. Take my hands off your neck. Hold on to the ghosts of your body. I know that good lives make bad stories. So, funny story. I woke up this morning and that song was in my head. And unfortunately, I haven't listened to it all day. So, if we go outside later, we might need to throw that on for me so I can have it stuck in my head. Because that verse was just, woke up this morning, literally rolled out of bed, man. And that was just, I don't know if you ever have that. I find that a lot. Okay. It'll be some random ass song, too. Had a barbecue stain on my white t-shirt.
But so, like, what, was that any specific part of the song?
It was that verse.
Okay.
It was that. Just the melody of it. Okay. Even I couldn't even pull out the lyrics 100%, but I could like hum the melody in my head. So that's repeated twice in the song. That take my hands off your neck, hold on to the ghost of your body. I know that good lives make bad stories. That was the verse that was stuck in my head.
That's a good line.
No, it is. Yeah, it's solid. There were some background vocals on this, which you pointed them out in other songs, but this was one that it really popped out at me. So around like the 3-minute, 20-second mark, we get a verse that's kind of just on loop for pretty much the remainder of the track. I think for me, it was like either you love it or you hate it. I wouldn't say I loved it, but I definitely liked it. It goes back and forth, changing between like more of an acoustic sound than like a full rock band sound. Like you were saying, the intro that I was talking about, how it went away, it does come back. That intro melody that I love does come back. Musically, I thought this was solid cover to cover. This was for me like the best. I don't want to say structure, but like just like I said, cover to cover. This was the one that jumped off at me, and I did like it. I put that it has a distinctive car seat headrest sound, but at this point in the album, I didn't even know what that was.
Sure.
That was early on in my note taking, but just Will Toledo's vocals, I do like his vocals, and I think you mentioning it was last track. Him sounding like the lead singer of The Strokes. Mm-hmm. I can certainly see that. I was putting my finger on something, and I'm not super familiar with The Strokes. I'm pretty sure you introduced me to them.
Oh yeah.
But I can see that connection. So yeah, this really kind of got the ball rolling for me, and you'll see, we'll get to it. But there's a good stretch here for Mikey Likey songs.
Good.
I still maybe a little low on this one compared to what you got. I gave this a 7.8.
Okay.
So I did like it. And that was a revisited, because at first I really just liked the melody, and then I got more into it. And then this morning I woke up with it in my head, and I was like, oh, you got to give this. It's in your psyche.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So the song opens with like a really deep acoustic guitar that pulls you in like right away.
It got me.
Lovely, lovely, in your jeans, frenzy. I thought it was Francine. Yeah, I thought it was saying Francine, but
In your
no.
jeans, Francine.
In your jeans, Francine. Frenzy. Um, Another movie that I didn't watch with you. Oh, oh, oh. Another movie, and we're gonna have to move. No, no, no. Um, at the 50-second mark, the guitar stops and the drums um, come, as well as an electric guitar. Like the guitar from the start of the song kind of stops. The drums come in, as well as electric guitar and the keyboard in the back. On the pre-chorus, I really do like his how he just stops whenever he says nothing works, and then there's like a wow, nothing works for everyone, and then good stories are bad lives.
Mm-hmm.
Good
I
stories are
I like
bad
that too.
lives.
I read a lot of mixed things about that line,
Yeah.
talking about like addiction and stuff like that, and I was just like, there was a lot of people's interpretation. So
Okay. I feel like this song you can derive like a lot of like just what you know
yeah, and
everyone can get their own thing.
that's one of the last things I read was like everybody interprets music differently.
Yeah. The guitar between being delivered between these lines like kind of clang out before the next guitar hits with this like and it's whenever he's take your hands off your neck. um I do like the line you can text me when punching mattresses gets old, and I also like the line we were wrecks before we crashed into each other. Coming off the verse and into or coming off the chorus and into the second verse, the keyboard comes in sounding kind of like an organ a little bit, which pops up like a couple different times on this album. um, i like I like Will's delivery whenever he says such a good idea if it turns you on. Really like the we have breakdowns and sometimes we don't have breakdowns. I feel like the whole like second verse is just excellent lyrically and musically. It like halfway through, like the deep acoustic guitar comes back in with it too. I really love I love the line. I want to hear you going psycho. If you're going psycho, I want to hear every conversation just ends with you screaming. Not even words, just and then like he drags out the from like 208 to 229, so like a good like 20 plus seconds, and then the drums and guitar break down the whole time. Um, and then drums and guitar break down the whole time that's going on. Then jumping into one final chorus. Um, there's like a little musical stop at 307. Um, so we yeah, there's a musical stop at 307 so that the we crash into each other. It has like a real emphasis to it, followed by another breakdown into the outro with the don't worry, you and me won't be alone
Yeah,
no more.
that's catchy. But I
Yeah.
did notice. I wanted to jump in there and say I did notice on this album. There's quite a few times where they do take that pause
Yeah.
and maybe not change direction, but it's there for a reason.
Yeah.
And I like that. It's nice.
For sure. It just adds a little extra oomph to
Well, yeah,
what's
you
about
kind
to
of like
happen.
you pay. I think it grabs your attention.
You're like, huh?
Yeah.
Stop.
What move
With
stop?
music?
Move stop.
So, but yeah, and I did make note that, while that's being repeated over and over, the "You and Me Won't Be Alone No More," the music is switching back and forth to more of the acoustic from the beginning of the song, which is a little bit more thoughtful style of music, and then back to the more electric guitar rock style. It almost seems like I almost want to describe them as like a garage band, a little,
I can see it.
but
I know what you mean.
yeah. It might very well be like my favorite song by them. I think the instrumentation is really solid. I like the playfulness of the song. Like, every conversation just ends with you screaming. It's like it's kind of like serious subject matter, but it's like he sounds so bored while he's saying it.
Yeah.
Just, like it's funny. And we have breakdowns. Sometimes we don't have breakdowns. It's like I like that line, but it is kind of silly. Like, yeah, I saw one of the comments on YouTube said it's like, I mean, hey, who doesn't sometimes have breakdowns and sometimes not have breakdowns? All right,
That's funny.
yeah. So it's playful, but it's also like pretty poetic too. It has
Yeah.
a lot of really solid lines that I really love.
A lot of their lyrics, it's like, man, you can cut a lot of this up and put it in here on the pod because
Yeah,
it's some good writing for sure.
yeah. Yeah, this very well might be my favorite song by them. It is their like most streamed song on Spotify.
I can see it.
I gave this a 9.7.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Look
So
at you.
really into that. On to Nervous Young Inhumans at 5 minutes and 26 seconds. The song starts off with like a faint bit of music that has like this weird, almost like jokey, like country twang to it a little bit, before stopping and then coming back in much clearer with drums and some electronic music in the back that kind of reminds me of something off of Hot Fuss by the Killers.
Okay.
Like if I play it for you,
Oh
you'd be
no,
like,
I can see that.
And then the band then, as the band is wont to do, the song then switches to a much more quiet indie rock sound for the first verse, with Will singing about the quality of his cursive. Um, the song livens up on the chorus before going back into the electronic twangy and drumming from the beginning. You never lifted your voice, you never raised your hand. I only showed you my inhuman, you understand. The bridge gets like pretty effects heavy on the vocals. Um, you'll get what you want and you'll get what you deserve. The music gets a little more distorted at 240 and starts to slow down, quiet down a little bit, into a long outro that has some steady drums, bass lines, and small doses of twinkling guitar. The vocals are very softly spoken. It's I'm a good person. I'm a powerful person. I don't believe in evil. I think that evil is an idea created by others to avoid dealing with their own nature. I understand my own nature. Good and evil have nothing to do with it. I understand myself. I control myself. I control everything within myself. My domain is my domain. Spoken lyrics.
What do you know about girls?
Right, boy.
What do you know about Jesus?
um, yeah, the spoken lyrics go on to like the last like 15 seconds. Then there's like just some very brief instrumentation until the end of the song. I gave this a 7.2 out of 10.
Okay. So yeah, it was another intro that I enjoyed, similarly to the previous track. I thought this one was a little bit different. I described it more as being a little bit more upbeat. There's a little bit more of a weight for vocals, but not really. It's similar. I feel like everything is usually on this album 20 to 30 seconds, give or take. That's about when we get vocals. This was really, I know I was kind of high on track number 5 or track number 4, but this was one that I really kind of meshed with. It was the first one that I really did like. I really enjoyed the main instrumental sound. There was a decent bit of synth used on this one, and it really made an impression on me. And I'm sure there was some synthesizer utilized on the other tracks, but I really like it made a dent on me with this track. I could really pick it out. I have the same lyrical verse as you, except mine is a little bit different. You never lifted your voice, and the way that's saying with the percussion behind it, the way you never lift your voice, it's just timed out very good. You never raised your hands. You never showed me you're inhuman. You understand. Um, I thought this verse was delivered great, and like I said, it just flowed good with the percussion. Uh, at the 3 minute mark, we get that complete 180, and it's just Will Toledo giving us dialogue, talking. You broke it down pretty much. It's actually longer than what you broke it down.
Oh, it's much longer.
Yeah, it is, and he does that a couple times in here, and it's fine. It kind of was a buzzkill for me on the song. I was like, yeah, I wasn't really crazy about it, but I do find it fits the album good because it does come up later. And it wasn't anything terrible, but it did kind of impact my score a little bit. I only gave this a 6.5. And really that kind of just rides along just that vocal delivery. Even like I think we have a thing on this podcast where interludes don't really get good scores, and then maybe talkie. about half.
Okay, I got you.
But yeah, let's move on to track number 6. We got Bodies, 6 minutes and 16. Do you want to take a quick break, or do you want to?
Yeah, let's take a quick one.
All right, guys, we're gonna take a quick break, and we will be back with track number 6. All right, we're back. We're gonna roll right into track number 6, Bodies, coming in at 6 minutes and 16 seconds. Is that the right runtime you have?
What was it? 6 what?
6 minutes 16 seconds.
I got 46.
Okay. So again, that's the variance between the 2011 and the 2018. So 6:46. I thought this was very electric on the intro. Switches to a guitar that reminds me of the Von Bondies, Pale Bride, where it's just like, do you know the Von Bondies?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know the Von Bondies? You heard of them?
Yeah.
The band? Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure because I was gonna be like, I don't know if he will or not.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, no. So this also feels like a live cut with the verses that are just kind of like talking, where it's like, is this the chorus yet? No, it's just a building of the verse. So when the chorus does come, it'll be more rewarding. For some reason, it reminded me of like I know I already said it reminded me of the Bon Bonnies, but it reminded me of something.
Sorry. Come on.
Oh yeah, well they have quite a few good songs though. I don't know if you're
That's
only.
all I really know.
Bro, I thought about one of these days.
Rescue
we'll
me, bro.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping you'd be like. No, I don't know that. And I'm like, bro, you've heard their music so many times. But yeah, I thought the live version, just the talk, it sounded like a live version to me with the talking. It reminded me of Sheryl Crow's one of her albums, Live in Central Park, where she kind of talks to the audience. Um, musically, this changes quite a bit around the 2 minute mark for me. It's the high point. But about 30 seconds later, it goes back to the opening riff with like a quick tempo drum that kind of keeps the speed up. There's some background vocals introduced, giving the song a nice, like a more feel to it. Vocally, I liked it. I like the delivery throughout the song. This is another one that's quite long. I mean, anything over 4 minutes for me is a decent long song, and anything over that is kind of.
This is almost 7.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, just about 6 3/4. Uh, so it's good. It's impressive. It didn't knock my socks off, but I'm enthralled with it. Um, the lyrics grew on me, and I had no problem pulling verses from this song. Like this one here, I have enough trouble controlling my own limbs, stealing alcohol from our parents and grandparents. There's no devil on one shoulder, or yeah, there's no devil on one shoulder and an angel on the other. They're just two normal people. I really like that. These are people that I get drunk with. These are the people that I fell in love with. These are the people that I get drunk with. These are the people I fell in love with. I enjoyed this one. I was really happy with this one. I don't really have much more to add than that. It's kind of short, but I was happy with the flow of track 5, track 6, and track 7. Overall, with this one, still not like a crazy high score by no means. I gave it this just a 7.1. Nothing spectacular, but like I did enjoy it, and it was a nice track.
Okay.
It's probably close to the high point of the album. There's another one that gets a high score as I'm scrolling down, but yeah.
So I got that the song opens very electronic with some effects and a drum machine and some electric guitar in the back that becomes more prominent around 30 seconds in. The vocals come in around 53, but that's not what I wanted to say at all. I mean, I'm sick of meaning. I just want to hold you. Is this the chorus yet? No, just the building of the verse. So when the chorus does come, it'll be more rewarding. I appreciate the fourth wall break there. I like that. I think that's fun. Coming off the pre-chorus, the song picks up and does in fact make like the chorus more rewarding in the process. The music is loud and high energy, and Will Toledo has to like basically yell over the instrumentation a little bit. Those are you got some nice shoulders. I like to put my hands around them. I like to put my hands around them. At 3:08, the music drops out and gives like the vocals the stage for some playful spoken delivery. Well, so we're young, we're thin, most of us,
not this guy.
we're alive, most of us.
I'm alive.
Me too.
Could you imagine you just saying that in like the morgue?
Right. You're a
Yeah,
mortician. Like
most of us are alive.
Most of us. The post-chorus, the music and vocals are loud and intense with a real like rising feeling. I like we can get real horny if we keep messing around, or we can get real horny and keep messing around. We can get real quiet and won't be making a sound. I'll try my best not to touch your face. Next time, can we please meet at my place? Like I really like that. That's a nice moment of the song.
Is that like what do you like so much about it? Just the delivery? Does it
Yeah,
what resenates with you? Is it just like
it's the delivery. It's the
okay?
fucking like instrumentation is going nuts, building up with it, and then it plays.
Because it's
Kinda,
got like some tension to it. And I'm like, I remember back in the day being like, just come to my place.
please be.
That's what
place.
I was hoping you'd say, but
And that it's like,
no,
yeah, you come
I
to
think
my
that's what
place.
like
You could
what
dig
I
down a little
yeah.
bit.
It's like
We've
yeah.
all felt that a little bit. It's
Well,
like,
I mean,
please just meet me at my
we
place.
both live with a single dad, and it's like, Daddy understands. Okay,
Dad's gotta go to work.
he's gonna leave for a little bit.
Dude, that was the shit. If your dad was like, look,
My dad did the night shift, dude, in high school.
if your dad was like, look, son, I can make myself scarce for a little bit. All
Yeah.
right, I'll go see a movie.
My dad in the same return was like, hey,
You gotta go. You gotta get the plane out of here.
I got a total whore coming over. You gotta make yourself scarce.
You stay in your room. Don't come out.
No, it's like I'm leaving. I don't want to hear that shit in that little tiny house.
So anyway, the song goes acoustic and then starts implementing some electronic sound effects and starts to build back up to the indie garage rock sound that I mentioned earlier. The chorus and verses overlap each other, making for a really grand finale. The song wraps with "I'm on a need to know basis. I'm on a need to know basis."
What?
Yeah, it's like no one tells me shit unless I need to know it. And it's just it feels very silly. It feels like someone said like I'm on a need to know basis, and they're like, say that again. I'm on a need to know basis, and then they just start fucking around.
I like it though. It's playful.
Yeah, and it seems like it's like that's certainly like you guys just thought like it's just fucking
It doesn't.
fuck around
Yeah,
a little bit.
it's random enough. But
Doesn't take itself too seriously.
No, not at all.
Yeah, it's very silly and tongue in cheek. I think the song has some really strong energy. Um, and it has some of the highest highs on the album in that regard. Like I feel like it really gets going at parts, and I really like it. The band has like this self awareness that I really love, like the fourth wall break about like it's gonna make the chorus more rewarding once we get to it. Also the slip of the tongue when Will says, "Those are you got some really nice shoulders," and I'm on a need to know basis. It's like it just feels like they don't take it too seriously.
Yeah.
And it's like, fuck it, put it in the song. I gave it an 8.8.
Respect.
That might be a little high. I
no, you're convincing. What you told me is convincing.
I could honestly go like 8.4, but like I had it in an 8.8.
Don't be wrong. Don't be doubting yourself.
If I re-listen to it right now, I might be like, yeah, it's an 8.8.
You're like, I got a little bit of buzz. This is a 9.9.
Yeah.
Every song on the album.
No, fuck Sober to Death. This is a 10 right here, bud.
Best song on the album.
Going on to track number 7, we have Cute Thing, coming in at 5 minutes and 39 seconds. The song starts off quieter with electric guitar and spoken delivery before popping off 18 seconds in. The drum on this song, they're a real standout. And they consistently shine and emphasize changes of pace throughout. I like when he's like, God give me Frank Ocean's voice and James Brown's stage presence. I will be your rock god when you're rolling the dice. Coming off the post-chorus, there are these little like rapid notes. I can't tell if they're synth or maybe like stringed instruments. I like the cute thing,
Mm-hmm.
don't be rude thing, don't be rude thing, hot thing. It was nothing. I like the yelling mixed with the softer backing vocals, like kind of alternating back and forth.
On that verse specifically, the cute thing.
Yeah.
It like doubled back with the right, didn't it?
It did.
Pretty sure. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what. Okay, that's
It
what
did.
you're referencing. Yeah, I agree with you, 100% there.
At 2:33, there's a big instrumental breakdown that starts quiet and slow, picks up with some guitar shredding and some pretty wild drumming. I like the short breaks in the music with the do 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 do. Then coming back in with the drums. Um, and some stammering drunk who tried to tell him how good his there's like a guitar
That's
guitar
shit, man.
Damn it. That's some good shit, man. But yeah, how good his there's like a fucking hit of the guitar was guitar. It, that was some good shit, man. And then on to the outro, the guitar is scratchy. There's some distant drumming, and the vocals become more buried, and they kind of close out the song. I give this it's a really solid track, but I only give this like a 7.2 out of 10.
Okay, I'm actually
Higher.
Jesus Christ, I'm higher on you than this one.
How about that?
Yeah, it's crazy. So on the first listen, that verse, God give me Frank Ocean's voice, James Brown's stage presence.
Do you know who Frank Ocean is?
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
100%.
Do you remember the song where he's like, "Taxi driver, be my shrink for the hour, leave the meter running"?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Courtesy of you.
Of the
Courtesy of the red, white, and blue.
Courtesy
the red, white, and you.
Courtesy of me.
So yeah, that really caught my attention. Funny enough, and I'm glad you didn't mention it. This is one of the lyrical changes that existed between the original album and the re-record.
Yeah.
So originally it said Dan Bajar and John Entwistle.
Who the fuck they are? But
yeah, I don't know who they are, but that was replaced with Frank Ocean and James Brown. Toledo also removed a reference to Stanley Kubrick.
Doing porn?
Yeah, like some Stanley Kubrick porn director. That was the exact lyric that was removed from the original. Well, it's still there. If you listen to 2011, I'm sure you can still hear it. The vocals were really impressive on this one, specifically the chorus, which you mentioned. Q thing, don't be rude thing, hot thing, it was nothing. And that's looped with backing vocals, as we were talking about. So I thought the way that was delivered, just top tier, chef's kiss for me.
That almost seems like some like lyrics that would be written by like Aerosmith. I can honestly see that.
Yeah, off the Get Your Wings, because it was just like
a pussy getting album.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say like foxy lady, foxy girls.
Hey, girls, nothing.
Foxy Shazam,
wild
thing, darn it.
Fucking.
But yeah, I thought this was very energetic. It was energetic and pop, like a pop sound for moments. And then there was like silences back into the rock and roll, and I almost thought there was like a hint of grunge on this one in parts. This was one that we talk about it sometimes where we're not like blown away, but we're more impressed than anything. And this was one that I was kind of both. I was kind of blown away with it and impressed. This is kind of it's lengthy.
Sure.
Over that 5-minute mark, that's pretty decent time. But this was something that was a high spot for me, and it passed the time pretty easily. This was probably the first one that I added my like songs. I gave this an 7.8.
Okay.
Which I'm glad that I finally did that. I finally gave a little higher score than you did on an album that I was like, I'm going to totally miss that. Is that me to squeeze?
Yeah, you fidget with that during your next. Don't pay it no mind. Just play with it while you're doing it.
Just play with it. He just unzipped, fellas.
Yeah, I gave him the Nito. All right.
We're moving on, though. Track number 8. We're 80% done with this album, but that's how I look at it. We got High to Death. What's the runtime?
I got 7:39.
That's what I have. I enjoyed the intro on this one. It was a simple guitar strumming. It's kind of hypnotizing, I thought, with the reverb on its kind of backing. This is another track that I thought would be great to see live. That first 50 seconds to like a build up is just really nice for me. I really enjoyed that. The lyrics are delivered in a way that certainly kind of sets the tone of the sound, which is kind of sad, which we kind of touched on earlier. We haven't really dwelled on it, but it's not a really upbeat, happy album. It's kind of sad. But that I fell over, I fell onto the ground. I wish I was sober. I can't get up off the ground. It's a polar opposite from the previous track, which I think this is like the cliff, if anything, where there's not a lot of happy songs, but 7 to 8 is quite a drop off. This was really the first song that I liked the depth on it. I thought it was deep. It was a nice change of pace with this track. Some of the other tracks have been sad, but this one was like really slow. And there's a callback that keep smoking, I love you. Keep smoking, I love you. Keep smoking, I still love you. But I don't want to die. I don't want to die. And I like that. I like the callback. I don't know if we really touched on it anymore. I think there was one other callback that we kind of touched
The
on.
comebacks tend to happen like around this point in the album.
Yeah,
Is
later
where it
on.
really starts to come in.
So I thought this track was done pretty well, and it's pretty solid. It's not as much of a hit for me personally as the previous, but I liked it. I thought the track got a little spooky. I mean, this is coming out right around October, but around 6:09, there's a change with like a phone recording, and then we get like a female who's a high schooler, and she's talking about her artwork, and she's talking about that, and like the little spooky noises are still kind of going on in the background. I thought it was pretty abstract. This is what closes out the track. This is the last thing you hear. Originally, I had this as it was quite a bit shorter with the 2011 version.
Okay.
This was one of the ones where I first noticed like a huge difference in the timestamp, and I was like, I'm gonna have to go back and check all this shit, which I did not. Kudos to me for not doing that. Here I am, but we've done pretty good on the run times. Overall, I like this one, but that last minute for me just kind of it pooped the pants for me. That's what I wrote down, but it's still good and it still fits the album good. And I feel like it, from her perspective, it gave the album a little bit more emotional drive. So I did like that. Originally, I gave this a little bit lower than I think deserving score. Originally, I gave this a 6.6. I'm gonna bump it up to a 7.1, which I still feel like is not doing it 100% justice because that Keep Smoking, I Love You. I like that. I like the callback. And there's other parts of it. I think it was just that last minute for me where I'm like,
okay,
this shit is fucking
not for you.
not for me. But still not bad. I feel like I'm a little off on the score, but we're gonna stick with it. Enlighten me though. I want.
So I like the song opens. It's very somber with this like metallic guitar and what almost like sounds like a bell ringing, but I'm pretty sure it's just some like really muted guitar notes that are being hit, being played. Then some very distinct bass comes in, and then more metallic guitar comes back before the vocals come in on the opening. It sounds like it could be. This song kind of sounds like it could be a song by Interpol, a little bit, like in the beginning.
I can see it.
But the like, I fell over, I fell onto the ground.
The delivery and everything, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, and just like the whole like vibe musically is a lot like kind of darker. I wish I was sober. I can't get up off the ground. Round, 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 round. Some effects come in over the lyrics. The vocal delivery and lyrical content feels very like honest and vulnerable. I do like this song as a companion piece to Sober to Death. And this wallpaper keeps going around the room. It keeps going around the room, and I followed it around the room. This wallpaper keeps going around the room. It keeps going around the room, and I followed it around the room. Also, like the callback to "Stop Smoking, We Love You." Keep smoking, I love you. There is a bit here with the lyrics, not even really lyrics. They're not sung. It's just kind of spoken. William, let me out, William. I'm not really sure what this is referring to, aside from the lead singer being named William, obviously. At 3:53, I like the musical swell before going quiet again. And I said, hell is the sun, burning at the center of things. When you said you were leaving, when did you really leave? Music ends around 6:07, then some digital skipping of vocals leading into a phone call to the Nevada Museum of Art that almost kind of feels like a person going through or like reliving an emotional breakdown, remembering a troubled time spent creating art, only to be responded to by the audio guide.
Yeah, the tone, the automated tone.
It's like, yeah, you're not even talking to a real person. And I could have sworn, like,
you don't think she knew that going into it?
I don't know, because like when I most recently listened to it, it was just the response from the machine, and then the song ended. For whatever reason, like my mind was telling me she responds, "Oh, like like yeah, she wasn't really being listened to by a person." But no, that wasn't in there at all. Um, yeah, I give this an 8.5. I really love the line when you said you were leaving, when did you really leave? I really like that.
That is good.
I thought that was nice. On to track number 9, we have Famous Prophets, in parentheses, stars. Here we go. 16 minutes and 10 seconds.
Not the original version though. The 2011 was only 10 minutes.
Okay.
I had a shock when I pulled that up. Figured it out. It was only it was truthfully 16 minutes.
Was the second song on the album, Beach Life and Death, was that also significantly shorter?
I want to say so. I think it was like 11 minutes originally. 11 minutes and some change. I can't remember exactly, but a lot of them were different.
Okay. So this is the second song on the album to be over 12 minutes. This one being the longest. There's a quiet open with some bass guitar. I like Apologies to Future Me's and You's. Around the 1 minute mark, the song starts to slowly pick up, and then there's a big pop of electric guitar and full instrumental at 124. These teenage hands will never touch yours again, but I remember you. You had a body, you had hands and arms and legs, and etc. Followed up by additional backing vocals on the second verse. I'm not gonna end up a nervous wreck like people I know who are nervous wrecks. We gotta go back. And that repeats like 15 times with varied vocal deliveries. At 5:06, the music goes into bass with some like TV static and little like tones in the back with spoken vocals. The ocean washed over your grave. The ocean washed open your grave. Repeats 7 times, calling back to Beach Life and Death. Uh, Before it continues to repeat with other lyrics laid over it, I could watch that hammer swerve, and then the mirror breaks. I wouldn't miss it for the world. Call it Black Star, call it Pain Star. The same thing happens when you touch it. It's actually a callback to the outro to Nervous Young and Humans. It's like whenever this Pain Star enters your house, like, will you touch it? At 9:54, soft singing and piano continuing. A callback. Uh, did they tell me what happened to you? Did they tell me what happened to you? Like I really like that. I thought that was great. Around the 12-minute mark, the synths gradually come in but remain quiet, letting the piano remain as the driving force until 13:24. The drums, guitar, and loud vocals come back with the vocals distorting and skipping, being interrupted by the instruments until 15:19. A female voice comes in. For now, we see only a reflection as in a mirror. Then we shall see face to face. Reference to like the album title. Uh, Now I know in part, then I shall know fully, even as I am fully known. And now these two remain. It should be no surprise how many different directions this song goes in, given the amount of pivots that have happened in much shorter songs than this, and the sheer length of this song. I'm surprised by how well like all of this works. I really appreciate the way that the album makes references to itself, including maybe the final line in the song, "These two remain." I'm assuming that is the Twin Fantasy, those two. I gave this an 8.2 out of 10.
Nice.
Yeah.
We're going to have to take a quick break real quick, and then we will be right back. All right, we're back. We had to pause because I had a moment of I thought I lost my notes because I wrote them down on a different device and
We're back.
they were gone, but we found them. It loaded, so we're good. So yeah, Famous Prophets. I thought it was very quiet on the solo. It took about 30 seconds, which is kind of like familiar enough in this album. I kind of touched on it earlier. The 20 to 30 seconds is about when we get vocals. But yeah, that bass solo on the intro was nice. But goodness, this is a long track. Like I said, I originally clocked it much shorter. That was the 2011 version. Yeah, 16 minutes. Goodness gracious. I think this is the second longest track we've done. I want to say Echoes was a little bit longer than this from the Floyd album we did early on, which honestly, I don't even know if that's on our channel. We might have to re-upload that from the Crisis we had. But for me, around the 6 minute mark is like super dreamy and relaxing. I was literally on the drive over here listening to it again, just like cutting through parts of it. And this was a part that I found, like I said, really dreamy and relaxing. The ocean washed over your grave. The ocean washed open your grave, which is a callback to a previous song, which I liked. And I thought this was like the very relaxing portion of the song. And that kind of carries the song for a decent stretch. There's a really nice piano. Again, I'm kind of jumping a little farther ahead here in the song, but around 9 minutes, 55 seconds, there's a really nice piano. And it's nice with the vocals too. And then the vocals eventually kind of fade out and it really lets the piano do its thing. And then we jump ahead a little further, around 12 minutes, 25 seconds. We get the percussion starts to kind of funnel back in. And a woman starts talking in the background, and it sounds like there's like multiple conversations going on. I wasn't like 100% sure.
Sure.
There's another drop at 13 minutes 27 seconds, so it's really good. This is the high point for me, and it's towards the end of the track. But I did really like this one. It's another one though that I found just to be a little too long, and I feel like a little too long is an understatement with a 16-minute song. But I digress. I found it impressive, and it's just crazy to create something like this intricate and this thought out and everything. I did kind of, appear on the lower side of the score of things, but I gave this a 6.8.
Okay.
But at times, definitely higher than that, truthfully.
Sure,
it was
sure.
just
Well,
so
I mean, with
long, and another one that it was just hard for me to get my teeth into and really dissect.
when you have a 60-minute song, like, not all of it is going to be just like fucking spot on. You know what I mean?
There's a lot going on, and
They're gonna be
that's like
standouts.
quite a bit of time. It's like,
And it
what is
is
this, half an episode of fucking
it
a
is
sitcom?
Yeah, and I mean, fucking a quarter of the pod right there. Like,
Yeah.
it's really impressive to like be able to put that much into one song and make it not be dog shit. You know what I mean?
And it wasn't dog shit. Nothing on this album, even though this is lengthy and it's like, I don't want to say I was like working my way through it. I was kind of paddling my way through it just because it is kind of the track.
Mm-hmm.
But none of it was like, ugh.
Yeah.
It was just a journey.
Yeah.
Not a bad journey, like a stroll through the park.
Sure.
Uphill. It's like, you're gonna enjoy the scenery, but it is gonna be a little bit of work.
At 3.2 miles per hour, soon.
The average walking speed.
That's it. On to track number 10.
Track number 10. Twin Fantasy. Quotations. Those boys. I have the runtime at 6 minutes 54 seconds. Did that check out on your end?
Yep.
Nice. So I haven't looked at the sun for so long. I'd forgotten how much it hurt to. You ever look at the sun and be like, God damn it, it just blinds you, and you're like, fuck.
Mm-hmm.
This is a nice intro. It's a slow, chill tempo. And it's another track that gives us that speaking monologue, and that's around the 4 minute mark. I know I'm kind of jumping ahead. This is the end of the song, and it's just a song. This is a version of me and you that can exist outside of everything else. And if it is just a fantasy, then anything can happen from here. The contract is up. The names have been changed. So pour one out, whoever you are.
No. You take that. You take that beer.
Oh, that's for me.
Take a swig of that.
Take a swig of the shandy.
Yeah, enjoy that. Enjoy it deeply.
It's very fruity. That is like juice. I'm going to plug them. They don't pay me or Shane anything, nor should you. We're a free service coming
right to you for now.
From Shane's living room. Erie Brewing Company. Where are they out of?
Erie, PA.
Erie, PA. Go check them out. They got a Solil Shandy.
Solil Shandy.
Solil Sandy.
Mind you,
Shandy.
It is at season now.
Yeah, it's out of season now.
But Come
I got a
here,
guy that drives up there and loads his hatchback
come
up.
here in the March. Yeah, we'll be good.
It's like I'd be hitting their social medias, wanting to know when it drops.
Every day.
When is the tap opening?
It'll be like December 17th, and I'll be like, so any update on that? I want to
I
fucking know.
remember. I think we touched on it in other episodes. I don't know if that.
Surely we did.
Yeah, it probably made an appearance. So this track, we're talking about Twins Fantasies, those boys. This one grew on me, and it seems fitting on the album. Like there's the talking vocals and everything, the delivery of it. Uh, it's another one that kind of ties in with a couple other previous tracks, and this is one that I thought would be a joy to see live. Like you think about Will Toledo, uh, just addressing the crowd and just laying it out like that. I think that would be a cool thing to see. And I also think this is a nice like soft ending, nice little cushion to the ending of the album. Out of everything, I think it's a pretty good ending track. Sometimes me more than you, but I'm like, I don't know. This one, if I could move things around, a little Tetris here, I think this one would be more fitting. But this is a good ending track. I like it. It's very quiet. Um, this is one I wasn't really high on, but it's still a nice song, and it did grow on me towards my ending listens. I'm gonna stick with my original score, but in hindsight, which is 2020, I'd probably go a little higher, but I'm gonna stick with the 7.1 for me.
Okay.
Is that where you're at?
No. I guessed based off everything you said, I was like, he's gonna give it a. I'm like, is it gonna be a 6 or a 7? I'm like,
Pew pew.
I'm like, it's a 7. But a 7.1.
For
And I got it
me,
right.
and I think I've touched on this in other episodes, anything over a 7, I can listen to 365 days out of the year.
A week. Yeah.
I love you for fucking calling me out on that, bro.
Can help.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't expect nothing less. But anything above a 7 is something I can listen to 365 days out of the year, any mood, anything going on, and I can vibe to.
Okay.
So it takes a lot for me to give something above a 7.
Okay.
Which I hate because I feel like I need to look at it more from an album specific directive. But that's just where I'm at with it. So it getting that score, while it's not great, that's still a high rating for me personally.
I'm glad you said that because like damn near all of this album fits that criteria for me.
It's nothing over the top for me, but it's still in the right mood. I can vibe to it. And then there's other songs where I wake up on a typical Wednesday morning.
Yeah.
And I just have it stuck in my head. So
Yeah.
I give it something above an 8.
I mean, there's only like, honestly, only like 1 or 2 songs that like dip below the 7 for me, but the rest
In all
of it,
respect,
like,
though, this is your album. This is your pick.
yeah, true.
I feel like that goes without being said. Usually on my albums, I'm a little higher than you.
Mm-hmm.
On your albums,
Vice versa.
And sometimes we come to same, and it's nice because it's like
last week was like we were close,
and I was surprised because
yeah.
I was like, I don't know if he's gonna like Supertramp,
but I got the vocals and the organ sounding, the organ sounding keyboard like right away comes in. The music gradually incorporates drums, staying simple between the drums, keys, and vocals until 142. The guitar and bass. Mad. The bass plucking get added to the music. I haven't looked at the sun for so long. I haven't looked at the sun. I've forgotten how much it hurts to. The vocal layering during this section, I like quite a bit. Always like whenever Will Toledo sounds more yelling on his delivery. They were connected at the back of the head. They had a conduit. Their minds were the same. At 4:13, the music goes away. Aside from the bass and Will speaks, this is the end of the song. And this is just a song. This is a version of me and you that can exist outside of everything else. And if it is just a fantasy, then anything can happen from here. The contract is up. The names have been changed. So pour one out, whoever you are. These are just lyrics now. Then the outro at 4:48 till the end of the song. When I come back, you'll still be here. When you come back, I'll still be here. It's a potential callback to Beach Life and Death. I spent a week in Ocean City and came back to find you were gone. The song brings back the rest of the instruments on the last 60 seconds of the song to give one last burst of energy before the song ends. Guitar fades out. There's some random clanging, footsteps, and static sounds. I like the song being a little bit more slow paced to wrap up the song. I like something a little bit more downbeat to just wrap this whole thing up because it's not, like you said earlier, it's not a particularly happy album.
Not at all.
But
parts of it, yes.
Some parts, but
especially if you look for the sunlight.
Right. Which reminds me of the Strokes, who they kind of remind me of. I can't see sunshine. One day we'll cover an album by then. But
I look forward to that day.
I give this a 7.4 out of 10.
Okay.
And that concludes Twin Fantasy by Car Seat Headrest. So, overall thoughts.
Closing thoughts for me. Not something great. It's a good experience though. Parts of it were great. I think not saying it was great. It wasn't a bad experience. Not something I really plan on revisiting certain tracks for sure, for certain. If anything, what I took away from this is just it wasn't bad, and I can get behind Car Seat Headrest, more like it. I can get beside him. I can stay even with him. I'm pretty much same.
Pump for pump.
Pump for pump. I'm fucking, they're fucking, same pace.
Different puss, same pace. Keith Jones.
Same puss. We got Siamese twins here.
It's like a finger trap, bro.
Anyways, yeah. Overall thoughts on the album. I'm not going to give it a high score. I'm going to honestly say like 6.5. If I dissected it, had it my way, it would be better. There's just parts of it that the tracks are a little too long for my liking. And I say this being a fan of, 70s rock music, 60s rock music, where there's just tremendous songs. But even I was thinking about it today, like one of my favorite Pink Floyd songs, which is Dogs, well over 17 minutes. But it's just like, I couldn't even imagine trying to dissect it. And I know it through and through very well. But again, it's just something that this album is impressive. Just based on the content. Like, there's a lot of parts of it that I might not be crazy about, but it is impressive to put something together that's, anything over 10 minutes and to put that together and record that. Maybe not. They do it live. I don't know. That would be difficult. That's a lot to workshop in.
Sure.
But still, just having it on the album. We had a single here that was 13 minutes, and we were kind of talking about it. Is that's a radio edit or not? If it's a single and you're releasing it and it didn't get radio time and it's 13 minutes, that's pretty crazy. So.
Damn, I only covered the first single. I did not. Okay. Beach Life and Death and Twin Fantasy. I got
singles.
2 out of 4.
Oh, there was 4?
There's 4 in total. I only got the first 2.
Yeah.
Just the first 2 tracks. So.
50-50 ain't bad. 50-100 more like it.
But
what are your closing thoughts?
My closing thoughts were I kind of fall into like what the general like Metacritic score was of like I give this like an 8. Yeah. Some songs are like kind of long and some songs are very long.
Yeah.
And I feel like it is offset a little bit by the fact that one of the songs is only a minute and a half, but not necessarily enough.
It's like you're telling me you're going to cut the other one down to 15 instead of 16?
Right. But I feel like it is very impressive to like I said earlier about like it not sounding like shit. The fact that you were able to get so much into one song. It's like, damn, you put all that in there.
And it has rhyme and reason to it.
Yeah.
Like you said, it doesn't sound like dog shit.
It's impressive to like make that work. as much as it does. However, I will say that like some of the longer songs, it's like I wish there was a little bit more consistency to it, something that I can grab onto to
Well,
like hold me through the whole way.
the original recording the theme is that they were shorter.
Okay.
So my thoughts on that was 2011. Hey, we haven't really made it yet.
Yeah.
2018, we've made it. I'm gonna
I can do
really
more.
indulge and make this more my own and put my footstep on it. So we added a little bit of length, but that's because I wanted to throw this shit in.
Sure.
Which I get. I totally get. So that's what I think about just it being kind of long and drawn out. I think that was by
So
nature.
I liked it. On to the bonus track.
Let's take a quick break.
Okay.
I need to release.
I gotta pee too.
Yeah, I gotta pee. We'll come back and we'll talk about the bonus track, and then we'll get you guys out of here with next week's album, next week's preview, and then me and Shane are gonna prep. By me and Shane, I mean Shane. Shane is gonna prep Din Din, and I'm gonna be a thankful guest in his house.
We got it.
We'll be right back, guys. All right, folks, we're back with the bonus. This week it was my bonus pick, as it was Shane's album pick. The bonus is the bonus track is by Vacations with a song called Telephones. This is off the album Changes, which was released in 2018, the genre being alternative indie. It's a nice song. You guys should check it out. The group consists of lead singer and songwriter Campbell Burns, bass guitar player Jake Johnson, lead guitarist Nate. Sorry for this, Nate, but Nate Delazazzi. I don't know. It's Italian. It's hard to pronounce. And drummer Joseph Van Leer. They describe their sound as a woozy guitar pop. So this song features a ukulele, which I think gives it a nice touch, and it's very noticeable on the intro and throughout the whole song, especially with the phone noises, which is a nice touch. It really sets the vibe. The vocals are really soft and smooth, courtesy of Campbell Burns. It's a nice dreamy song. The combination of the ukulele and Burns' vocals are really nice. I thought the writing in this was pretty solid. It's one of, if not my favorite verses, is actually the last verse, coincidentally not. I wish I could live without you, but you're a part of me. Wherever I go, you'll always be next to me. And I just really like that verse because I find there's just people in your life where they make such an impact on you that wherever you go, they're like a part of them is always there with you, and that really just resonated with me. And that loops, and it loops. You'll always be next to me multiple times before slowly fading out. I found this song to be pretty romantic, but in kind of like a sad way. It seems to me like this is kind of like from a post-breakup kind of view. Um, it's one of the songs that we've covered similar songs where it sounds really pretty, but if you stop, analyze it, and look at it for more than just like face value, it's kind of sad and I don't want to say depressing, but it's definitely like eye-opening. This one easily made it on my like songs, and I thought it was an easy listen with kind of a deeper message hidden in those vocals that kind of convey some serious feelings. And I honestly, I think it was last week I think it was on the bonus. I was like, yeah, this was on the movie with Jim Carrey. What movie did I? You remember that last week? I was like, yeah, this song was featured in the Truman Show.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, well, you fact checked it, and it's like, no.
Oh.
Well, anyways, this song came up on just some social media, and it was a 2003 movie. I'm drawing a blank on the name, but anyways, this came out in like 2018, so it was not with that movie at all. Again, just it was a reel with something laid over top of it, but it was I can't remember the name of the movie, but it was a husband and wife after their divorce, and it just kind of like showed them living alone without each other. And this was a song that lapped like the trailer or whatever, overlapped, I should say, the trailer. And it was just a nice fitting because that whole thing, I wish I could live without you. And it's like, we were just talking about a couple we know, we both know that is like potentially on the rocks in divorce. And it's like, I wish I could live without you. And it's like, when you're with someone for so long and it's like, You
It's
wish you
different.
could because you're separating, but at the same time, it's like that person knows so much about you, and it's so much.
A
But
part
you're a
of who
part
you
of
are.
me. Yeah, it's and I was just that to me is what makes this a good song. Might be overselling it a little bit. I gave this not a super high rating, but it is a good song and it's well worth a listen. And it kind of piqued my interest on. I need to listen to some more of their stuff, but I only gave this a 7.4. I think it's worthy of a little higher score than that, but I'm gonna stick with that 7.4. I'm curious though. What do you have to say about it?
I don't have as much to say about it as you do. The guitar opening has this extended echo to it that gives it a kind of a beach vibe to the song.
I can see it.
There's some dial tones to go along with the theme of the song.
Telephone.
Funnily enough, the guitar reminded me of Nature TV. And then the vocals came in and only solidified that even more for me on the delivery and the lyrical content of it. Rise with the morning, you call me, my thoughts are crawling, you're all I see. Vocals are slow and intimate, mixed with the spaciness of the music. It's very chill. It's very relaxing. It feels like I should be lounging around at sunset, just a little bit baked, kind of longing for someone.
Potato that you poke it with the fork. It's not
Yeah,
quite done, but it's getting
just a
there.
little baked.
That's you.
There's a quiet fade out of the music. There isn't a whole lot to make note of on the song because of its simplicity. There's nothing wrong with that. I am a fan of this type of music. I gave this a 7.2 out of 10.
Okay, respected.
So we were close.
Yeah.
Now, my question is, what is next week's album going to be?
I'm gonna have to do a little research real quick, and I'll pull it up for you. What is gonna be the bonus track?
So, next week's bonus track is going to be. Are you familiar with the band Duran Duran?
Mm-hmm. Hungry like the wolf.
Hungry Like the Wolf. Motherfucking right. Um, or, anyway, I was going to say, what's that other song by them, but I got nothing to work with.
Yeah, I'm drawing blanks too,
Um,
bud.
but yeah, Duran Duran, classic 80s band. We are going to be covering, for the bonus track, the song Invisible by Duran Duran.
Invisible by Duran Duran.
Yes.
Well, we're gonna do a one of my probably top 3, possibly top 5 easily going without said. We're gonna do an album by Mazzy Star.
Ooh.
She Hangs Brightly, which is 1990. This is following Tonight I Might See, which had Fade Into You, their big major break. So yeah, we're gonna be doing that next week, and then Invisible by
Duran Duran.
Duran Duran.
Okay.
Okay.
Mind you, real quick. This is the first time we've covered an album that has a song that has been on our bonus track.
Yeah.
Yeah, Be My Angel.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm glad you caught up on that. I was gonna do the album with Fade Into You, but I was like, let's
mix it up.
Yeah, She Hangs Brightly is a good one. And I bought a vinyl. The first time I ever listened to it was actually on vinyl, I want to say.
Okay.
And it was because I bought that album just out of curiosity. I was kind of becoming a Hope Sandoval fan, and I wanted to check her out. So,
Almost fell.
fell for the you.
Yeah. Anyway.
I think that's, I think that wraps it up. So, I think it goes without saying until next time.
Don't work too hard now.